Like, I know what you're trying to say lyrically, but what are you trying to say?
I was trying to say sorry.
Oh, I'm loving this interview.
I can't tell stories authentically without honoring my own.
What I thought was humility was me playing small.
Guilt and shame have no place in the human experience.
And so to not love myself is so disrespectful.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Human to Human.
Every conversation we've had, I leave like better, you know?
One thing that I'm always trying to work on is fine-tuning my own voice versus other people's voices and like what I'm thinking versus what they're thinking. I'm very collaborative. You're very collaborative. So during this album, there was a lot of collaboration. So how did you decide what was your voice and was your decision versus the people you were working with?
For me, I'm a very hardworking guy. So what matters the most to me is the process of just like getting to work. And I leave the results to time and life and everybody around to play it out, really.
What does that mean? Like you let them make the final choice? Or like you just do the work? And
I enjoy doing the work and letting everybody get excited enough to, want to be involved and,
You can share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. I'm not big on making what decision and what. Every song is mine.
Right. I feel you.
So,
I feel you. So it can also be ours.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you're hardworking. What are you the hardest on yourself about?
Everything, man. Everything. I cut myself some slack when it comes to like my personal frivolities. I'm not gonna share.
Your personal what?
Frivolities. It's just like my personal things that I like to do. It's just one particular thing that I really like to do that I try to excuse myself on.
So in the creative process, what are you the hardest on yourself about?
The results. The result.
As in like how the fans receive it?
How I like it.
What's the deciding factor for how you like something? How you decide if something's good or not?
Continuous hearing it, I don't feel any ick.
I love that. I'm trying to think. I'm like, so how long does that process take?
As long as it
takes.
But I know very much now that all I have to do from the start now is, make the decision on what is the ick or not and just cancel it out and keep moving, so it's quicker now.
So what's your relationship with time like now? Because one thing I also thought was I noticed while we were at the listening party, somebody said, the fans are waiting. And I noticed your body language was so comfortable. You weren't like, sometimes when people think that people are constantly waiting for them, they feel pressure. They feel like they have to rush. And we talk a lot about making magic. We talk a lot about what it takes to make work, but we don't talk about how long it really takes to do that process. So I just noticed that you seemed really comfortable in that. So what is your relationship with time like now?
Concerning the time that the album drops, I'm just very comfortable with the fact that I'm doing all the work that I need to do. So like, everything falls in place in the right time. And when it's time, we're gonna be there as well.
So the pressures that come or the comments like that or people saying, we're waiting, where have you been? Or whatever those type of comments are, they don't affect you?
I've heard it so much, so it's calm now.
How did you get there though?
How did I get to where they were looking for me so much?
No, just to where your relationship with time is more confident and slow and your time. Like you're okay with taking your time. And I think that takes a lot of time to learn. I'm like... Because
I've noticed that, it's not like I've noticed, I mean, it's over time, I've tried to beat time and just like, it just doesn't work.
Right. Yeah. I feel you. Was there an experience you can recall that made you...
Every day, life humbles me in the most beautiful way. So I just stay there.
That's why I've been asking, what are you still the hardest on yourself about? Because, we're human. But I've recently forgiven myself for things. I'm like, this is the first time I've recognized I can let this go. Just something
So I hardly remember these things. I'm like very...
Ooh, so that means like you have an experience, you come to the understanding of it and you move on.
Yeah, correct. It's called, there's something in boxing called fast memory. You quickly forget what just happened and just keep going.
Does it help? Does it work to your advantage?
I believe, because like when people that may have wronged me try and say, "Oh, sorry about that," I'm like, I didn't.
It's over.
I didn't know. Like I was done.
Is that something you've been doing, or you learned to
Yep.
do?
Yeah, I learned to do that.
What made you learn that?
It's quicker to move on to more important things.
Than holding on.
Yeah. And it's very important for me to get up to all the important things that I'm like assigned to do.
Mm. Like what?
Everything, I'm figuring them out as I go. Like this interview.
Is this one of the things that you're like, okay, I'm pushing myself to do this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, so you talked about the fact that you're constantly moving through things, which I appreciate. So is your ideal self, like your fairy tale version of yourself, and your current self still at war with?
I feel like I'm fully ready for my fairy tale version.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it.
Wow.
It's just like, yeah.
What are the habits that made you ready or making you ready? One, I will say the fact that you forget things faster and let it go. Like I have to call that out. That's amazing.
Okay.
But what are some of the other habits that?
I'm just being able to get up to everything that I have to quickly enough. I feel like it's a prerequisite for success. Just being hands-on.
Well, you said many others. I kind of want some of them.
You're going to make me dig deep. I'm not trying to.
This is what we do here.
Think.
This is what we do here. We love digging deep. I have space for you.
Take time. Things that I'm doing, getting me ready for my fairy tale. Everything, man. Exercising, rehearsing consistently, putting my nose in my business. Yeah. Family. Paying attention to family, the foundation of things.
Yeah, being rooted.
Yeah.
I love that. How has your relationship with family changed over time since you brought that up?
It's just been amazing, smooth.
Yeah.
It's been ascending. Yeah.
Have they taught you something about yourself that, has kind of helped you move through your career?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They taught me that they made me see that I didn't like to, put myself out too much. And that was not at my advantage.
What do you
I
mean?
feel like family made me know that because it's a family thing for us to be very conservative. But I mean, it doesn't work for the business.
So I do feel like this is more of a challenge for you then to put yourself out there more.
It's not a challenge. It is just a new experience that I have to live.
Yeah.
It'll be nice because like I've lived that once. So
so come hang out over here. Come hang out over here.
Double life.
Yeah. No, we have. I mean, why I even wanted to do this interview, let me make that clear, is I got to experience you in a very intimate way. The listening party, watching your album, watching how you're experiencing your album, watching people experience you. And I'm like, I want to be in conversation with the person who's so free with your gift and giving it. And I think also your fans, and not just for your fans, you get to watch yourself be that free. So
feels good.
Good. Good. Okay, cool. So you talked a lot about like your family, but I guess I'm curious because it's 6 people in one house and I know what it was like having 5 of us in one house. So what's the group chat look like? Like what's the WhatsApp group chat look like? Who do you
There's
go
like
to
3
for
different groups of the same people.
I have the same. It's like the 2 brothers,
It's all of us in the different ones. It's just different topics but it's a mess many times. I usually I miss the most of the conversations going on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess that's expected.
Yeah. Because I mean they understand what you
Yeah, but it's usually just love in them.
Yeah. What's the most vulnerable part of your creative experience? I mean your creative process. Let me say your creative process.
Opening my mouth and saying what's on my mind exactly.
Like through your pen, through the first meeting,
just
while we're actually on the mic.
While on the mic. Saying what's on your mind. Exactly.
And honestly, when I hear you say, like, you have a lot of songs that are politically charged, in my head, I'm like, okay, this guy wants to get into politics. Am I tripping? Do you want to get into politics?
I don't want to at all.
You don't? But do you feel
I
confident?
feel like I'll be able to
Uh-huh.
handle things
Mm-hmm.
if I'm in the position to handle things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be
You
there.
don't
I
actually
don't
want
want
to.
to.
Yeah. You took on the fact that you wanted to say something in politics, though. What made you do that?
I was very involved in a protest
Mm.
on Ozumba Mbadiwe.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, back in 2012, there was another protest I was involved in. I never I wasn't a part of it like how I was on the 2021.
And SARS?
Yeah, I was like physically present, but the other one I was just like present. I liked it. It was Occupy Nigeria. I've always been, interested in things that concern me, government, and with Ozumba Mbadiwe, the fact that I was there physically, the fact that I soaked it in was able to make me, come out with what I
be
was
more
able to.
passionate. You had the firsthand experience.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you really did. You really did. I love that. And I also love that you collaborate a lot. You collaborate with a lot of different artists, a lot of international artists. I'm assuming that their process started affecting your process in a good way,
Yeah.
your perspective, your creative process. Is there anything you've taken from some of the people you work with, and how's that elevated you as an artist?
Shout out to my own self, first of all, all these years coming
Yeah.
and elevating my own self.
And being ready to work, because collaborating is vulnerable. It's beautiful, but it's also vulnerable. And I like to acknowledge that, because I think we talk a lot about collaboration, but what does it really take to do it, to meet of the mind? Sometimes it's like I'm on a song and I just sent it, and sometimes we're both in the studio, right? So I'm wondering how those things have affected you as an artist.
Just being around other creative minds is usually a blessing, and just being able to see how similar we are, and just being able to seeing that helps me thrive, because it's the same man everywhere. We're just digging deep. That's all we're really doing all the time. So it's like, okay, you dug deep, I'm a dig deep. Let's keep digging. It's good to see that there's many other people just like me.
What's the scariest emotion you've dealt with in the studio?
It's facing the truth of what I'm about to say or what I'm trying to say, without being influenced by who is in the studio, what the result of the song is gonna be.
You didn't say what emotion, though.
It could be anything. Like I said, being able to say what I feel, regardless of who is in there, who's gonna hear it. It could be family in there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to talk about who hurt me and they have hurt me before.
Yeah.
Just being able to, if I'm able to actually carry that session out successfully, that's like a big explosion from my inside.
That's
You know what I'm
super
saying?
dope. I definitely do. So to piggyback off that, because I definitely understand you, when you do have those moments of explosion of, I did it, is there a conversation after? Like, does somebody say, like, I didn't know you were dealing with that, or oh my God, what is that about? And do you want to continue the conversation outside of the music, or do you want to put all the conversation into the music?
I mean, I feel like once there's a breakthrough, we just keep going. So we could talk about
You're
it.
comfortable to, yeah. Okay, but so what is some of the things you explored on this album that were surprising, wonderful, and exciting all at the same time? You had a lot of sexy, you had soulful, you had sentimental. I was like, God, okay, this guy has a song for every experience. I'm like, okay, I love that. But that's also part of your artistry. You do have a lot of music for a lot of experiences. I think that's what I
take pride in that.
As you should. As you should. Which is why I wanted to explore your humanness, because you clearly are exploring it.
I hear that. Creating this album, the first step was just making something with my time, with the time that I had. So I had enough time. I had a lot of time. I decided to spend them in the studio and work toward an album. So while I'm in the studio, I'm open to everything that's coming. I'm getting ideas from people. Grand idea was to create. And then as time went by, we figured out what we were creating.
So you're just in it.
I was just ready to ride. That's really what I'm trying to say here. I didn't have a grand picture of where I was coming. I just knew that I wanted to be moving. And then I'm here.
So when you were in that and it wasn't clear, did you feel good about did you still feel like, I know we're moving, so it's fine? Or was it like, this is unclear and I'm constantly uncomfortable until we got to, oh, here we are, we found it?
Like I said, I'm a big fan of processes.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how long a process takes, I'm in it. I'm just in a process.
What would you say to people who are so afraid of the process? Because you don't really know what the process is going to be like until you get in it. And when you're in it, you didn't realize how long it would be, or how hard it would be, or how many steps it takes, or. And
it's for me, it's like, what would you rather do? For me, what would I rather do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna wake up and get up to it.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, like, that really spoke to me because I'm like, really, what else would you do? Like, would I not do this? Like, this is also a part of my process.
Who am I going to be mad at?
Like, it would be me for skipping or thinking that even when you don't know the process and like you're afraid to try.
That's why, for me, I was able to get my confidence from like reading lifeguard books and stuff. I feel like my reason for ever picking up any book in the first place, I started to read books like 2 years ago, but I haven't read so many. I mean, I've read like 5 or 6 so far. The reason was because I wanted to see life through somebody who has seen it more than me. Because I've never lived in today. I've never been this age. It's like, it'd be nice to know what it feels like here so that I could like navigate myself. So it's like, from reading these books, I'm able to know that the joy is in the process and the results come from the process. So
that is so gorgeously uncomfortable. Like, I feel like as humans, we're just, even when we talk about it over and over, we watch people talk about it, we say, like, I'd rather just have the thing without knowing what it takes to do the thing, because the thing can be very long.
I don't even know if I want anything without having
Right. Oh, that's fair. That's fair because, okay, so that means, have you gotten things that were like really fast and you didn't appreciate it as much because you didn't have to work for it?
I must have. Yeah, I must have. But I really like to earn what I get.
So on the album, you have a beautiful song dedicated to your mother, who passed away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was there part?
R.I.P. Dorcas, love.
Yeah. Was there part of your relationship with your mom that you were able to heal through making the song?
I don't think there's any healing from anything. Yeah, it's just.
Wait, elaborate. You don't think there's
any healing from anything? Because it's just not here. Yeah, so it's like, I'm not healing from anything. If there is a wound, if there's something wrong, it's still wrong. So, it's just what it is.
But do you get to like leave it in the past? Is it more of like a leave it in the past situation?
Yeah, it's all in the past. There's nothing I could do about it.
That song is really beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I've gotten to hear it already, but what is your favorite song on the track?
I like so many songs.
Yeah.
Before we started this interview, I was talking about Pele as my favorite.
Dang, I thought it was TikTok. Okay. I'm like, dang. So wait, why is that your favorite song?
The music is beautiful to me.
It is.
It really is. And yeah, just the music, the dynamics of it. I feel like it's different from everything else on the album. There's not another song like that one on the album.
What are you trying to say through that song? Like, I know what you're trying to say lyrically, but what are you trying to say?
I was trying to say sorry.
I was trying to say my bad. Were you trying to say my bad to anybody in particular?
To all of us. I was trying to make this song useful for everybody.
You're trying to make a universal "I'm sorry" track.
Yes, simply.
I'm
But
actually
that's a very big part of my life. I'm usually sorry because
Oh,
I be stepping on toes. I guess.
yeah,
I guess so.
yeah.
Sorry.
Do you,
So that's the lifetime sorry. So like I don't need to.
keep saying sorry.
I just play.
Play the song. I'm cracking up. I'm actually crying.
I'm done. I got it for life.
I'm crying because I believe you. Like I really believe that you were like, yeah, play this. Like that's what I meant.
Yes, please.
Play 14.
Because I kind of sure not to step on more toes, I guess.
So are you stepping because you're moving so fast? Are you? I mean,
No, I don't think I'm stepping on toes. I'm playing.
okay. 'Cause I'm like, you don't seem like a guy who's intentionally stepping on toes, and I don't feel like you are. I just more was like, sometimes through life we are doing things that we might not know what our
Yes, absolutely.
impact is, and that's why I was like, what are you trying to say with that song? Because we were all jamming to it, cracking up, loving it, But I'm like, is he talking to anyone? Okay, he's talking to everyone, y'all.
Yes.
So you started your own label. What are you trying to do differently with your label that hasn't been done or that you hadn't experienced in the past?
I see the label name, first of all, on like the biggest buildings in New York and stuff. That's how far I see it right now. And I'm still learning to know as much as we could do to get it to where it'd be,
It'll be
be
at that
something
level.
like that. But for now, I'm focusing on this album. See what it does for us and how far it takes us in the direction. And I'm open to every idea that will make the level everything that it needs to be. So yeah, I'm open. Share with me.
I
Come
know.
and
I
join
mean,
us.
what part you got for me? I'll
Come
be there.
on. Nah, you tell us what part you can't
Okay, I'll
play.
think
and
about it.
then,
I will think about it. I'm like, wait. Banksy, I want to be there.
Let's do it.
I want to be there because I'm also thinking like, anytime somebody starts their own thing, my interpretation is there's something about the industry that didn't love you back the same way you loved it. Right?
Right.
So what didn't love you back in the same way?
These motherfuckers.
Right. Which ones?
All of them.
All of them? The haters? Because were they
These
haters?
motherfuckers in this damn industry.
Right. Is it what they said? Is it how they acted? Is it?
This is how they acted.
What they do?
It's how they acted. That's it. I'm not trying to.
I mean, you don't have. It's not about
elaborate.
calling anybody out. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, because I know what that's like. I mean, I'm
Because
sitting
I'm
on my
so
own.
special. You're supposed to treat me like that.
I believe you, but I also think you're kidding a little bit.
No, I'm not kidding. They're supposed to treat me special.
How did they treat you instead?
Not as special.
Not listened to,
Mm.
not understood.
Not as special encompasses it.
So how are you planning to treat the people at your label?
Oh, I'm doing it well.
How do we know?
I mean, you find out they'll come out and tell it at some point.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I do too. I do too. I feel you. Okay. So you're in it for the long haul because starting a label is
absolutely.
It's a big thing.
This is a forever thing. Usually I'll be seeing myself as a 86-year-old label exec. I just sit down, I'm like, I'm an 80-year-old label exec. What do I look like?
I love it. I love the manifestation, the visualization. I love it. I love it.
What am I doing? How old is my child?
Right.
What is my child doing?
Not you picturing. I really love this. This is manifestation for real. I get you. I support it. I get you. So who are you bringing around you right now besides me? Because I will be joining. Like genuinely, I'm thinking about my role. I'm like, what is my role going to be?
The best people. You can introduce them as well.
Okay.
I'm open.
I am. I'm really thinking about this. So right now, what are you looking for in terms of like the people around you? How did you find them? How did you attract them? What was it that you were looking to make sure that the label had that, your past experiences didn't have? Was it wisdom? Was it humility? Was it curiosity?
I came from a label that you would say has everything. Maven Records. So at the start of my own, I was trying to work with people that knew better than I did. I was really trying to be the least smart person in my own gathering. And that's still what I'm working on. So I'm gathering the best minds and just trying to,
I feel
It
you.
looks good in my head.
But now we're about to get into the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's different. Like when we're thinking about it, trying to figure it out, and now we're like, okay, well, now I'm about to go on the steps. I feel you. Okay. I told you that main reason I really wanted to interview is because I wanted to experience your humanness and I wanted to explore that. So, what part of your humanness are you the most proud of, and what part are you trying to make more room for?
I'm proud of my mind, just my ability to get myself up and get up to it every day, or whenever I didn't intend to, or whenever somebody else thought it was more important than I thought. I'm just proud about the fact that I'm able to be on go.
Oh, so that's what you're proud of. What are you making room for?
More people to get my business bigger and to impact more. I know for sure that the best asset to invest in is the human being. So
I agree.
yeah, so
I agree.
I'm open to just being friends.
Okay.
With everybody.
Okay.
Just being in relationships with
just
everybody.
Being open. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Who is there any other artists you really want to collab with coming up?
Who else? Who don't I want to collab with? I just want to be in the studio with everybody. What? Even if we're not getting to make music together. Just it'd be nice to see as many more people that are like me.
And last but not least, what do you want people to feel when they listen to this album?
I hope that the album takes you where they need to be at. But for me, I want them to understand that I put in so much hard work into it, and like I want them to know that that's like the only way to go about life. Just working hard. I feel like my principle and like the reason I'm up to stuff is because I'm trying to make more out of my life, out of myself. Maybe because of where I'm coming from, we're the richest people. Although I'm very proud to always say, like, growing up, I never went any day hungry. I always had food.
Yeah, gratitude.
Yeah, but just trying to be, somewhere in life is why I'm working so hard. And I feel like that's what I want everybody to be able to see on the album. The fact that I worked so hard. The fact that I want you to listen to the song and be like, if you know the process, if you know what it takes to make music, I don't want you to just see what we did as talent. Because it's not just talent. It's not talent only. It's loads of work.
It's a lot of work.
Loads of work.
Yes.
Like singing to not just the throat hurts, but like the jaw hurts. So it's like I really want everybody to see that it's really hard work. And I can imagine if everybody puts in as much into their own life. I know that if I hit up anybody, I'll be getting like 100% from them. I just know that if it's better for you, if you are doing well for yourself, that's good for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the message I'm trying to pass.
Yeah.
Like, do well for yourself. Do very well for yourself.
Yeah.
Because like, for my sake, please. I'm trying to tap from you.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for being open. Thank you guys for watching that episode of Human to Human featuring Reekado Banks. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. To check out more episodes of Human to Human, make sure you check out the playlist, like, subscribe, share with a friend. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon.